Hi, my name is Linda, and I'm from the visual team at Infor Global Solutions, and I'd like to talk to you about the document changes made in version 9.0. Document maintenance has been changed to provide better management of file attachments within Visual by site and document type. Site has been added to the document structure to allow more flexibility when creating documents. Default document folders and reference types may also be defined, and several enhancements have been added to the drag-and-drop process. In 9.0, we added Site ID to the document table and created a document site table which stores which sites may be used for each document. During the upgrade, we set the site in both of these tables. For single-site databases, the site will be saved in each table. For multi-site databases, the value tenant will be stored in the document table, and each site in the database will be stored for each document in the document site table. In document maintenance, we have added a site ID field. Documents may be associated with one site or multiple sites. If you want to assign the document only to one site, then select that site ID. To assign it to multiple sites, choose the tenant value when creating the document, save, and then select the Maintain Allowable Sites menu. This menu item is only enabled for tenant documents and allows you to choose which sites this document may be referenced by. Note that tenant documents allow all sites by default and will appear in the browse for the sites selected. For example, if I change a site to MMC and click the Browse button, documents for site MMC are displayed, but tenant documents which are accessible to the site are also displayed. One thing to be aware of is that there are several programs, such as customer maintenance, which only use tenant documents on multi-site databases. Under the Maintain menu, there are several options which will help you organize the documents. Suppose you have created a new document folder structure, but all of your documents are stored in one folder. You can easily copy or move these documents using the Copy Move Documents option from the Maintain menu. This screen will display all the documents in your system. The Site ID and Reference Type options may be used to limit which documents are displayed in the table. You can use these two options in any combination. For example, if you want to see documents for one site, select the site you want displayed. If you want to limit this further by viewing only customer documents, select Customer from the Reference Type dropdown. To clear either of these selections, select the All option at the top of each dropdown. To copy the documents, select the Copy to New Path option. To move the documents, select the Delete from Original Path option too. The Copy, Select All, and Clear All options will select or clear the Copy to New Path option for all documents displayed in the table. The Delete, Select All, and Clear All options will do the same for the Delete from Original Path option. To demonstrate how this all works, suppose I want to quickly move all of my customer documents to a new folder I created. I enter the new folder path, change the reference type to Customer, select the Copy, Select All, and Delete, Select All options, and save. You can now see that the original path has been changed. If you have created a new document folder structure and want Visual to create new documents using this structure, use the Document Folders window. This window allows you to specify the default document path to be used when new documents are created. Different paths may be set up by site and by reference type. The global document path is the path which will be used when no other defaults apply. This field was previously displayed and set in Application Global Maintenance. To specify a default path for a site, choose the site ID, insert a row, select a reference type, and enter a path. When new documents are created, Visual will default the document's path by looking for a default folder for the site and reference type, then the tenant for that reference type, then the global document path. After you have set up document folders, you'll notice that the main document maintenance screen will populate the document path according to your settings. For example, if I change the reference type to customer order, The document path will default to the path I just set up for the reference type customer order for this site. If I change the reference type to customer, it will default to the path I set up for customer for the tenant, since there is no default for this site and type. The last new menu option I would like to show is the Default Reference Types option under the Maintain menu. This screen will allow you to specify the default reference type which will be used when you create a new document by dragging and dropping a file onto a visual document or onto the document reference screen. Default reference types may differ by site, with tenant being the default. Here I have two default reference types set up for the tenant. Documents created for parts will default to the reference type part, and ones created for customer orders will default to the general reference type. Suppose I want my customer orders for site MMC to default to the customer order reference type though. I change the site ID to MMC, insert a row, select customer order under document type, and customer order under default reference type. Now when I drag and drop a new document onto a customer order for site MMC, the document created will default the reference type to customer order. To demonstrate how this works, I'll go to Customer Order Entry and I'll drag a file from a folder onto a customer order I recently created. Since the document doesn't exist yet in Document Maintenance and I want to create it, I'll choose Yes to continue. The new document screen will appear with the reference type pre-populated with the customer order type that I just set up. Since I've set up a document folder associated with customer orders for this site, the document path will also be pre-populated. If you change the reference type here, it'll refresh the document path according to your document folder structure. Another way to do this is to open the Document References screen and drag the file onto the table. The defaults for reference type and document file path are both pre-populated on this screen. Note that you can now change the reference type on this screen for new documents, and if you do this, you'll see the document file path will get refreshed also. However, you cannot manually change the path here. Some other new features with the drag and drop process are enhanced error reporting and options for copying files which already exist in the destination directory. For example, suppose I drop these two files onto the document reference screen but they aren't valid. A message will be displayed stating the error or errors and a list of files that have the problem. Now suppose the file I'm dropping onto the screen is valid, but because of the document folder path set up, it will be copied to the default folder and the file already exists there. A new dialog will be displayed giving you the option of overwriting the file, keeping the original file, or renaming the original file and copying the new file to the folder. This concludes my presentation of the document changes.